Today is one of those perfect fall days. The air is feeling crisp and it's rainy, and the house smells like apple pie spice. No matter how many lights I turn on, it seems to just want to stay cozy today. So I'm embracing it. I'm staying home. I'm going to bake some things up today. I'm freshening up my dining room and just adding a few cozy touches here and there. Fall always makes me want to slow down and find rhythm again because during the summer months, it's so busy and usually we spend a lot of time outside. Fall is really when we come back inside for the season and start to tidy up our spaces and make things feel calm again and just enjoy these quiet moments that only come this time of year. When it starts to get chilly outside and the leaves are falling and everything is just kind of wet, when we're stuck inside in the house, one of my favorite ways to stay occupied and to keep my house feeling cozy and to keep our spirits up is to get baking. And so this is the time of year that I love to pull out all my favorite baking recipes, experiment with new ones. One of our favorites that I realized that I never shared last year is my sourdough discard Hawaiian rolls. And they're kind of like a hybrid recipe. I kind of just play around and don't really follow rules with this kind of stuff, but they're a hybrid of sourdough discard and a little bit of organic instant yeast. The two together not only gives you amazing flavor and texture and light fermentation, but the combination also makes it go really quickly too. So within 3 hours or so, you have fresh homemade dinner rolls you can have any night of the week. This is one of those recipes my kids beg for every single week. I love this bread dough in particular because it's only sweetened with coconut sugar, and I just put all the ingredients in the mixer, let it do the work for about 8 minutes till it passes that really nice window pane test, and then I just get this on my counter rising and it doesn't take long. It's just been raining all morning long with little breaks here and there. I've been in the kitchen baking and just having a homemaking day because we're all stuck inside. So I have some apple cake that I'm about to pull out of the oven, and that is going to be kind of like our dessert tonight. But then also it kind of doubles as breakfast tomorrow because it's not overly sweet. So we're going to have a little bit of that tonight after dinner. And dinner I'm going to go ahead and get started on. I'm doing a roasted whole chicken, but I'm doing like a little bit of citrus on it and making kind of like a compound butter. And I'm going to smother that all under the skin and on the skin. And then I'm going to try to run out to the garden in the midst of the rain. Hopefully it stops a little bit and I'll grab some herbs, just a little bit of sage and a little bit of thyme. I also think I'm going to try making a fall variation of cabbage salad because it's so easy to make and quick and perfect on the side of dinner, and it'll kind of balance out the meal. So we'll have our roasted chicken, those sourdough discard Hawaiian rolls, which are our all-time favorite, and then the cabbage slaw on the side that's a little more fall friendly and fall-esque. So I think it's going to be a really delicious meal. And I also love that it's going to keep my oven running for a while because it's going to heat up the house because it's nice and chilly today. Just kind of perfumes it, makes it smell all cozy. While that is baking, I'm going to go ahead and start on some homemaking things I need to do. Particularly today, I need to handle my dining room table. Last night I got going a sourdough apple crumb cake, and it's one that sits overnight in the fridge and then you can just pull it out and bake it off the next day. And this is so good. It's kind of a mix between a dessert and a breakfast cake, so kind of like a pumpkin bread would be. And I love having this around. I pulled my sourdough starter out of the fridge lately and I revived it from summer, and so I feel like I'm just making everything with sourdough right now, and it's so good, and just all the flavors of the season are really enhanced with a little bit of tang. So I'm starting on dinner, and all I need are some oranges, some onions, some garlic. The sink may be already full of dishes, but that's okay. We're gonna get a from scratch meal on the table tonight. Even with the weather getting close to freezing at night, it amazes me how everything is still hanging on. We've got flowers and eggplants and little cherry tomatoes that I wish so badly I would have harvested in time. This chicken is really so simple, but it looks like it belongs on some sort of holiday table, but it really is just everyday food. So I have my chicken, and I made a compound butter with the orange zest and garlic and all the herbs, and just put that under the skin and rub it all over, top it off with a few more herbs, and put it in the oven to let it cook low and slow. The apple cake has finished cooling, so I'm popping it onto my cake plate. I love this one. It's a vintage one that was handed down to me by my grandmother, so it just reminds me of her every time I use it, and I think she'd be so proud of this apple cake. We do homeschool here at this table, and so every day we kind of have to clean it off, get all the books off, and there's lots of little kid stuff everywhere. I also want to just like scrub it down really good and put a little bit of fall decor right in the middle just to make it feel a little more cozy. I found this beautiful mum at the garden center. I thought it would make a beautiful centerpiece, so I think I'm gonna do this. And then I found this adorable little basket, which it reminds me of something I actually thrifted the other day at an antique store that I'm gonna put in my living room. Maybe I'll show you that soon. But I love putting little plants like this in a basket, and it's a real planter with a lining. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here. I think it's gonna fit. I tried to measure it before I bought it. I think that's gonna make a beautiful centerpiece. I'll probably add a candle or a pumpkin or something. We'll see what we can fit on the table. As a young mom, I used to kind of struggle with feeling discouraged in my homemaking whenever my kids were younger, because I'd make something and try to make it look beautiful, but then the kids would come after it and very quickly something would get ruined by markers or stained or a toy. And now I've kind of learned that those things are going to happen, but there are still small touches you can make. Like this table, for instance, my table has marker all over it, and it is definitely imperfect, but adding something simple like a tablecloth or these placemats and just putting a simple plant or a candle in the middle still makes it feel so homey, and it doesn't rely on everything being perfect. It just relies on what you already have and making it just a little bit better. If it gets ruined, I can take care of it. I can clean it or I can replace it, and it doesn't cost a fortune. So these are the types of touches I love to make, and it just warms my home and just really takes some of the pressure off. I found a couple pumpkins we had around the house, some in my daughter's room and some we were using on the front porch and on the mantle in the living room. And then I had one beeswax candle left, and I didn't have any sort of vase. So I just grabbed a mason jar, one of our drinking glasses, and put it in there, and that is going to work beautifully. And I love it because it's so simple. We always have so many mason jars around our house. So sometimes it's just about repurposing what you already have. I've had my food processor for quite some time now, and this is the first time I tried the shredder attachment, and let me say that just changes everything for my cabbage salad. It made it so much easier, and I didn't have cabbage all over the place, and it went so quickly. So I shredded up a whole green cabbage, I toasted up some almonds, and I'm adding that into the dressing that I made. This is so great to have on the side of dinner because it just gets so many greens into you. So I just mixed in a little bit of olive oil, some raw apple cider vinegar, honey mustard, maple syrup, and dried oregano. Then I added in my sliced onion, and I have my sliced almonds and my cranberries, and mix that all together. And you could even do the same thing with Brussels sprouts. If you shred those up really well in a food processor, box grater, you could swap those out, and it just makes a beautiful fall salad. I also took the sourdough Hawaiian rolls out of the oven and just buttered the tops. It makes it look so beautiful and shiny and just gives you the perfect bite when you go in. You can taste that salty butter right on top. This chicken was fantastic. This meal was fantastic. It was just so nice to have on a cozy rainy fall day. My boys were ranting and raving about the chicken in particular. They love a good meat, and this one turned out so wonderful. Alright, well, I hope that you enjoyed coming along for my cozy fall day of just homemaking and cooking, all the things I love. And I hope this video inspires you to just slow down and enjoy your home this week. If you're looking for today's recipes, I'll have those up on the blog for you because I love hearing all of your comments over there and sharing your stories with me. It means so much to me. I get so excited every time I read one of your reviews on the website of a recipe and just sharing with me about your families, about where you're taking the recipes, or just your favorite ones. It brings so much joy to me. So I'll have all these recipes over there for you if you want to make them too. They're all delicious and I hope that you'll enjoy them. Thanks so much for joining me today.